we have, the suit kind of comes so far down that it looks like a loose-fitting suit on him at all times as an arc. Um, and I'm drawing behind just so you can show what it would look like behind the head itself. Um, these are where the horns come out of. And what I've tried to do is try to create this sort of S curve for them. So they point up. So you've got the horn. And it is a weird horn. I mean, if you ever tried drawing bighorn sheep or any kind of sheep, you can always draw it from one direction, but as you turn the horns in shape, that's probably one of the biggest challenges. Even in Brother Bear, we were having a lot of challenge keeping the animation consistent. So what they did is they created a 3D model of the horns. So Tony, who animated this, he would go in and he would draw out the roughs of the horns of the moose, and then they would go in and they would lay in the 3D model of the horns to kind of move it in space. So it was a weird combination of a hybrid of mostly traditional with the horns. That way, because the horns are really complicated, especially with moose. And in this case, I got Chenart saying hello. In this case, I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. The horns kind of have that sort of S. They go out and then they kind of curve in and then they come back out again. So what I've done is I drew in a model sheet. I'm going to see if I have it even here. Cancel this real quick. Where are you? Do I have it in here? I had it. Back to basics. See, do I have the animation challenge? I'm looking. Oh, there it is. Nope, I don't have it in there. I'm going to have to probably find it in another section, but it's in my actual file. So let's just draw him really fast, just so you can kind of watch me as I do it. Go back to the blue. All right. Actually, I should probably just draw the original pose. So the original pose I had, I create this type of shape, the head, and then I have the horn, then the eyes are kind of right here. Then the nose is down here. And then I've got the cheekbone is sort of almost like an alligator, actually represents the mouth, the upper part of the mouth. And then I have this little circle above it, which is supposed to be his ear. And then the jawline right here. And then I have his mouth open, like this. So from here, I can start putting in my teeth really loosely where I want his teeth to go. And I've got his bottom teeth down here. And then I've got a nice sort of pronounced lower jaw that comes in and then curves, and then comes out again. So you've got that. And then once I've blocked out like where the horns are going to go, one horn is going this way, one horn is going the other way. The key to keeping this consistent is knowing where the curves are for this part. So I did a little rough of the model, kind of like this in simple format, so you can kind of use this shape. Actually, it needs to come down here, so it needs to drop. So it wouldn't actually be there. It would be slightly higher, just because this and this are right about here. And then I can go in and finish out my neck. Now the neck I have just, if you think of it as like a long tube, and then there's an area for the shoulder with a breast, the chest area that kind of comes in like that. And then I have the area for the abdomen, which is another shape, which is basically the stomach and then the back part. And then from there, I have the tail that kind of comes in and does this nice S curve. And then as that S curve, the path of action, then you can split off the tail like so. And then I did the separations like this. I think I have them as 5, if I remember correctly, 5 lines in there. And then each one I have a little nub or a little spike at the top. And then we got Jasno in the house saying, booyah. Hey, Jasno. Jasno, you know what? I need to have you on here and do an effects. You need to get Calipeg, and then we need to do an effects challenge and do some animation with using effects. So you and I can do a character, and you can do the effects, and we can kind of do a live stream like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. Alice says, making the horns in 3D hybrid in Brother Bear sounds clever and tricky, especially making sure it lined up with the traditional animation, or did they rotoscope the horns? They did the animation first and then matched the horns to the animation. So the animation always came first because that was dictating the action, and then the 3D guys would go in. And what they would do is they would also do key poses, and then in between that to kind of keep it consistent. So from here, if you guys remember correctly, I have the horns have sort of a geometric shape to them, and they come down like this. And that's going to disappear. You won't see that one. But then this will come up like this. And then it comes to a point. And then if you guys remember, in this animation challenge, I have a little bit of a neck skin fold that's underneath the character that comes in right here. And basically that neck fold kind of wraps in like so. Around where the jaw is in here. And then, oh yeah, the tongue is right here, and we have the basic molars in the back and the canines in the front. Very typical of any kind of animal creature. You know, a little bit it's pulling from nature, a little bit it's just making it up. Some, you know, using some existing real, I guess, animal anatomy, and then mixing it up to make this mythological creature. I'm going to just switch the nose. The important thing to know with this is just keeping those basic geometric shapes for the nose is like two circles smushed together with a nice snout in the middle, and then a roundish. I always start off with a circle, and then curve in the eyes like this, like so. So if that was looking from behind, if you're looking through it, you would see it right there. The eye would kind of come through, but we don't have to worry about that. So just think of a plane, a round shape that these half circles sit on, where the eyes are. And then from there, I've got the plate. I've got four little nodules, little spikes, patterns on over the shoulder, and then this comes in. This goes that way. Think of these as tubes. I like shape like a tube for the upper arm, and then the lower arm is more like roundish almost like a nut shape, or like I can almost think of it like a sunflower seed. And then I've got this little thing, this horned digit that kind of goes off the elbow. That's right there. And then I've just put basically for his finger, for his claws, he's got 4 in the front, and he's got 5 for the hind legs, like this, so and so. And I've got 3, I believe, 3 stripes that go like this. So it's important to understand the general structure of this. And then I can go in and turn, do my shapes, my round shapes. This helps me with my patterns, with how I'm going to lay in my underbelly. So think of that as like almost like a gator underbelly, and then you've got spikes on the top that come in, and 1 or 2 on the top right there. And then for the hind leg, it just kind of comes in. You know, think of the hind leg just like any hind leg on a lizard or an iguana. I've kind of got this shape going, so that would be the knee and the heel, and then the 4, and then the 5th one comes out. And so you can think of that hind leg kind of like that. So if it stretches, it'll have this kind of stretch to it, right? So then from there, I just kind of do my thick and thins with the claws, or the digits for the paw. And then I can kind of do, and since they're webbed, I just kind of go in and I web them like so, and I do the same thing for that one. And then of course these also have lines as well. That's just to help kind of emphasize the shape volume, so you're not losing. That's why I put those lines in, just to kind of help with showing the overall shape and volume of this. So, and then from there, I'll just draw this guy, get this guy out there. And the middle one, the second, you know, treating it almost like a hand, you know, your finger is going to go higher up for your index finger, and it's going to go down. I kind of treated the feet, the back feet, the hind feet, the feet, the same way. That way you can draw it like this, like so. But again, guys, you're going to be, anyone that's part of this animation challenge, you need to use Callipeg to kind of be a part of that. But, you know, again, if you feel that you want to animate this character on your own, by all means, and use TV Paint or whatever program. You just can't be a part of the challenge, but hey, why not? Go ahead and draw it. And this guy is going to be part of, again, like I said, it's going to be part of my tutorial series that I've got going out there for Callipeg. So, and it's always easier to draw your own character and show people, because I've drawn him so many times now. I'm kind of getting used to him. I'm still not consistently perfect with him, but the more you draw, the more consistent you become. So again, when you have that, let's say, if you're going to use the hand and let's say the paws, and you want to see the under part of his forearm, you can almost treat like the under part of his paw like this heel, this area. Just get rid of the fingers and just have little digits that come out and make it a little bit rounder, like so. And then the points come out from those extensions. So if you want to break it down in simple terms, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then from there you can build your shape. And that way you can build on that. I'm just trying to break this down into